What stands out in my mind is how God used Scott's passion for playing the drums to touch his heart for the ministry and to lead him in the direction he wanted him to go. God can use anything, and for Scott, it was the drums. And it happened his first year out of high school. He actually became a drummer for a Christian rock band. And his first year out of high school, and he toured the Midwest and the Eastern United States playing with this Christian rock band, secular Christian rock concerts, as well as Christian rock concerts. And it was through these concerts that the Lord really touched his heart for the ministry. But God not only was touching Scott's heart, he was touching Heather's heart at the same time. And when Scott got home from tour, they were a year out of high school. Heather had just finished her first year of college. Scott was about to start his first year of college. And it was obvious that Scott was going in the ministry. It was obvious also that this relationship was pretty serious and had an extremely high probability of ending up in marriage. So I just bluntly asked Heather one day, I said, Heather, how do you feel about being a pastor's wife someday? And I'll never forget her answer. She looked at me and she went, oh, Jim, I would love to be a pastor's wife. And with much passion for the next several minutes, she told me how God was leading in her life and how eventually being a pastor's wife someday made all the sense in the world. So it's interesting to see how God took two teenagers that didn't even know each other, orchestrated their meeting, had them fall in love, get married, and today are serving him together in the ministry. And it's all because God was leading and they were following. Just so many different ways. The first thing that God did was shut the doors in the Northwest. Next thing he did was just fling the doors wide open to the Midwest via Bethel Baptist Church. And the comparison was just dramatic between the open doors and the closed doors. I get a call from Rick Welty, just a father-to-father call, telling me what's going on and just affirming that they're of high interest in Scott, and just asking me how I'm doing with the whole process. Because he was pretty sure that Scott was going to accept an offer that they were about to extend. I also saw how God touched the hearts of his two oldest children, Caden and Amanda. And Scott and Heather got no pushback from them. They were excited. They were looking forward to a move to the Midwest. Even Scott's commander in the National Guard played a very positive role in affirming Scott's move to Illinois. It's an interesting story if you ask them about it someday. They had no problem selling their house. I mean, I think their house sold within the first couple days. And then just to cap it all off, one day my wife came to me with tears in her eyes and her Bible open. She had been having devotions. And in her normal course of reading, she was in 2 Kings chapter 2. And it's just before Elijah was caught up into heaven. And Elijah tells Elisha that the Lord has sent him to Bethel. And we look at each other and kind of smile with tears in our eyes. And just as God sent Elijah to Bethel, God sent Scott and Heather to Bethel Baptist Church. And this is where they should be, because this is where God wants them to be. Well, maybe a couple things. One thing you should know about Scott is that chocolate gives him a migraine. I know you wouldn't know this by looking at him, but he was an awfully chubby baby. His mother carried him for 10 months, and when he came out, he looked like he'd been in there too long, and he was as chubby as you can get. Something else I should probably confirm with you and reassure you that he really is 38 years old. I know he doesn't look like it, but he really is 38, and he's actually closer to 39 than he is 38. He did not come up with a fake ID to get this position.